Welcome back to Whitt Acres. Today we had a bit of a hectic morning, and that is because my new replacement round of egg chickens finally showed up. About 6:30 this morning, I got the call from the post office, and we got my new egg chickens. So today I'll get into all the different breeds and show you the new chicks, but right now I just got home from work and the animals need a turnover. Come on, pup. I see you, goat. What are you doing in here, Mumbles? What are y'all doing in here? What? Green Queen's still taking up the prime box. That box is just fine, Spot. What's she doing, puppy? Alright, chickens, I'll get you some feed. Hey, Flop. The ducks like to come in and play in all the water buckets whenever I'm at work, so I left them empty this morning so they couldn't do that and make a mess. So now I got to refill them all up to give them a fresh turnover of water out there. So the Khaki Campbell with the hurt bill is doing a lot better. She's starting to heal over, and it seems like the bill is actually starting to scar. It has a pale pink color to it right now, but she's wet. I don't know why she's the one that's always wet. It's a nice dry day. I don't know if Mumbles was sitting on her or something in the pool and getting her soaking wet. The ducks aren't supposed to be wet, so I don't know what's going on. Hey, goats. Here you go, Flop. Come here, Flip. Yeah, you're gonna eat. No, don't be picky. No, don't be picky, Flop. You get what you get. Flip likes it. And we got to get him some hay, too. Just got a fresh order of hay. Some of it was first cut good hay, and some of it was second cut that actually kind of got wet. So that's going to have to be used for mulch hay for the pigs whenever they come. There, goats. So we did just get new baby chicks this morning, which is awesome and exciting, but I'll take you down to see those in a little bit. We also are going to be getting pigs this week. So by the end of the week, I'm hoping to actually have the 4 pigs that we're going to be growing out this year as feeder pigs. So sometime this week, I need to get the ducks out of their pen and get it ready for the pigs. Big Gina's been moving around more, so that's good to see. She hasn't been standing in the corner as much. We got one of the smaller Ginas taking a dust bath right now, and the other Gina's in there fighting for a spot to lay an egg. Green Queen, make some room. Yeah, still got a little ways to go on this tank. While the water tank fills up, there's one more thing I want to get done up here before I take you down to see the other chickens, and that's to show you the survivors and get them on their first move from the chicken tractor. So they've been in there for a few days now, and I'm ready to actually make the first move with the chicken tractor and give them some fresh grass. Hey, survivors, how you doing? They all like to use the 45s as perches. I've actually been perching up on that one a lot at night. Hi, girls. How much are you doing to the grass? Not doing a ton of damage to the grass. I gave them a cardboard box just to help them out at night if they wanted to roost there, to help keep their body heat a lot closer together, keep them out of more wind. No, you don't, Dizzy. Coming out trying to escape on me. I don't think so, girl. Hey, Dizzy. How you doing? Yeah, you'll learn. I'm your friend, Dizzy. You'll learn to love me. The water we made is working really well. They're keeping it nice and clean up there on the shelf. I did have to fill up their feeder twice since they've been in here. Just a little steel bowl that I have from the dogs, which I am going to pull this out and put it in here so they can learn to use this feeder instead. I think they're all big enough to reach in there. Yeah, you're big enough. Tell them, Rosie. There you go. Good job. But I want to make the first move on this thing, so I need to get that cardboard box and that log perch out of there, and then get the wheels on, get the rope attached to make the whole move. This is the first time I'm actually going to be doing it, so it's kind of neat. All right, ladies, watch your toes. So you can see the work that the survivors put in only about a week. These little 5 chickens really took down the grass. The tractor was sitting here a little bit longer than the chickens were, so you can see how it was killing it around the edges. But I think if I just have it here like every day or every few days I'm moving it, I won't have that problem with killing the grass. But they really took down the grass, left some fertilizer behind. Some areas they really scratched up. In the corner where they were roosting, you can see where most of the fertilizer landed. I'm not too worried about it burning the ground out here. This was kind of just a out of the way corner area just to put the tractor for now until I get the meat chickens in it and put it out over there on the pasture. You ladies finding everything okay? Getting some nice new greens. Plus you got the food in the trough now. So they have a little bit more room. I can make probably 2 more poles before I get into the pathway of the barn. But really soon I want to get the meat chickens out here. So I need to find a place that I can put these 5 little chickens before I can introduce them to the big chickens. I don't want my 5 little chickens getting picked on by the rest of the flock. I'd rather them be full-size chickens when I introduce them. So I kind of want to put them, you know, on a shared fence line so that they can get to know each other without actually getting too close. But without further ado, let's head down to the patio where I have my brooder set up and meet the new chicks. So the patio is a little crazy right now with all the chickens and the brooders that I have going on here. To get you all accustomed to what's happening, we have the meat chickens here in the big brooder, which they still have a heat lamp on them. There's 31 chickens in here. They're the red broilers, and they're pretty much all males. I think I ordered all males, so I don't know if they all ended up males or if some of the females got stuck in there. But we have 31 chickens in there, and Puppy is crying about the 32nd one. Hey bud, what are you doing in here? So this is Splay, or Squat, whatever you want to call him. He is the chicken with the leg problem. He's been doing a lot better, walking around and stuff. So Splay or Squat, whatever you want to call him, he's been doing a lot better. He's actually been walking around pretty good. I've been working really hard on him, trying to get him able to walk again. I've been using braces and restraints, and I even used a rag cut up into a certain way, fashioned a rubber band to it with some tape, and tried to make a restraint to where I could hold him in place and get him to grow the correct way. I really tried a lot of different things to try and help him, and it seems to be helping until I put him into this box here today. He doesn't want to stand up really in this box and walk around, and I'm not too sure why he's not keen on walking around today. He was walking around great yesterday and the day before, but I put this little rubber kind of mat in here to help from skidding around so you can't slide, and that really helped. But up until today, he's been doing really well and walking around, so I'll have to check back in on him to see what I could do. But I had to move him out to make room for the new baby chickens. So this is the brooder I built to bring in all my new chicks, and it keeps it up off the ground away from the dogs while they're really tiny. And these birds are tiny. There you go. Get on your stoop. Check out the new ones, buddy. Echo Pup and I went down to the post office this morning and picked up all these little baby chicks. Got them into the brooder, put their beak in some water, gave them some mush wetted food, and then left for work for the day. So even though we got them this morning, I'm just getting in here now this afternoon to get a good look at them and see what we have. They all look nice and healthy, so we'll go through and see what breeds we have. So with this order, I did go with Murray McMurray Hatchery. I have not used them before, but they were the only ones with chicks available at this time. So I never ordered from Murray McMurray Hatchery before, so whenever I ordered these, I was trying to get them ordered quickly so I can get them sent on the day that they were available, because we didn't have many available days to get shipped. So after I ordered them, I did a little bit more research on the birds, and the rooster that I selected was more of a show rooster than a dual-purpose heritage homesteading rooster that I would have wanted. But Murray McMurray has a feature where you can update and change your order before it actually ships out. So that's what I did, and I updated my rooster to try and get a more heritage dual-purpose rooster, but I don't think it worked. So I'll run through the chicks that I did end up ordering. I don't know exactly which ones are which yet, but I ended up ordering one blue Cochin female, which I'm wondering if it's this one, because she seems to have feathers on her legs right here, this lighter gray one. So I'm wondering if that one's the Cochin. And then I have 9 light Brahmas. So those ones are going to be a nice larger breed that's going to be able to lay nice eggs in the winter. There's one speckled Sussex female, which is supposed to be a really good egg layer even in the winter as well. And then I have 2 Colombian Wyandottes, which are going to have nice feather patterns. I can't really pick them out right now. It might be these 2, just because there's 2 of them and they look kind of similar. There's also 2 silver spangled Hamburgs. So that I think is a smaller breed. So we're going to see how they turn out. Other than that, I got 3 blue Andalusian females. So some of these look like they have a gray or blue coloring in their feathering, so it's going to be hard to see which one's which. For my male, I did end up getting a red-shouldered Yokohama cockerel. That's the one male that I got, and I did try and change that one out for a light Brahma, a male, but it doesn't seem like the order got updated correctly. So I did end up getting the original red-shouldered Yokohama cockerel that was in the original order, and I think it's this guy back here. Hey little ones, I think it's this lighter fella back here. That might be him. Other than that, I did get 2 chicks that were unsexed. One's an Americana, so I might have a female Americana or it might be a male Americana. So I could end up with another rooster, as well as a free surprise chick. They had a selection that I could select a free surprise chick, and I did end up taking that. So in this flock here, we have a chance for 3 cockerels, so I don't know which one I'm going to go with. We're just going to let them grow out, and then we'll see which one's going to be the best fit for the flock. Look how cute this chick is with the feathers all the way down her legs. She looks so fluffy. And look how yellow that one is. It's got some black on her, but wow, that is some yellow. That might be a boy. We have 3 possible boys in here. But these chicks are so tiny. I'm starting to think I say it every time, but whenever I pull the chickens out and first dip them into the water, get them out of the box, they just seem so tiny. I never think that they're actually that tiny because they grow so fast, but then once I get them again, I realize again how tiny they actually are when they first show up. I guess they do fit in a small egg, so they got to be small. But they are enjoying their first day here on the property, and they got their mash feed that I soak in water, some nice straight water here. I do add some apple cider vinegar at times and some B12 just to give them a little bit of extra nutrients. I don't do it every time, so that'll just happen during different water changes. I'm just starting to be able to see the different color patterns that these ones have. Look at this black one with an all white head. That is a good looking chick. I don't know how much these color patterns are going to stay, how much they're going to change, but it looks like we're going to have a nice variety. Look at this one. You look like a chipmunk. You little chipmunk. What do you think, pup? You're just worried about splay over here. We're going to have to check on splay. I didn't want to put them with all the other chicks over here because they're pretty rowdy and I don't want them picking on them and running them over. I want him to get better. So he's still over here in the corner and I'm trying to help him out. He has a nice bandage on to where yesterday he was walking around just fine. I just don't know if this box here is sitting at an angle to where he's not getting his balance right. So yeah. I used a rag and made a little straddle for him to sit in a pot and try and get his legs to go straight, and that wasn't working too well. He kept getting out of it. So then I made this little cape that has a little head hole I put around his head, and then the rubber bands pull his legs up into him to try and hold them into position where they're supposed to be. And this works for a while. It holds him for about an hour or so, and then he wiggles his way out of this. But this really seemed to help. But this little cape thing really seemed to help pull his hips backwards that they're supposed to be. He keeps putting them out forward like his legs or arms, and they're just not helping him walk. So this was really helping pull his hips backwards, where the bandage between his ankles wasn't doing that. So I'm trying to use this in conjunction with the band between his legs and trying to get him to grow into a position where he'll be able to walk again. But it's a process. So since he's not trying to walk around right now anyway, I don't want him sitting in the wrong position with his legs forward like that. So I'm going to put this little cape thing back on him that I made and hold him in the correct position, and he'll be okay for the next couple hours, and just getting some rehab for him. And that is how that works. We got him inside the little restraint. I put some rocks there so he can't roll over on his side, and he's able to reach the water and the food. So he's gonna be good like that, and hopefully this is gonna keep helping him get closer to walking. Even though these ones are tiny, they seem like they're getting plenty of heat in this box. They don't need much heat lamp. When I went down to pick up the chicks from the post office, they actually gave me 2 boxes. I wasn't thinking too much of it. I ordered 21 chicks, so they might have put them in 2 boxes. So I just took both boxes and went home. Whenever I got back to the brooder to open it up, I looked at the labels to see which one's which, and they gave me someone else's chicks. I've been watching one of my neighbors across the field build a chicken coop and run for the past couple weeks. So I looked up the address to see who it was, and sure enough, it was that neighbor across the way. So being the nice person that I am, usually, I didn't take it back to the post office. I just took it to his house to get it to him right away so he didn't have to make a special trip, thinking that would be the best thing. I took it to his house, rang the doorbell. Dog barks, which is a given, but I got to get to work, so I don't really have time to be waiting, and it was 40 degrees this morning, so I didn't want to leave the chicks in the box on the patio or the porch there. So I was waiting, rang the doorbell again, waiting. Rang the doorbell one more time, dog barked again. So I was waiting at the door. I finally see him through the window getting a jacket on. Comes out, I hand him the chicks, he's thankful. And then he tells me, thanks for ringing the doorbell multiple times. So I said, sorry for scaring your dog, but some people have to go to work. So I was just trying to be a nice person. I wasn't looking for any sarcasm from the guy. So we are all filled up here on the patio. I believe we have 53 chickens right now brooding on the patio. We got our eggers moved for the first time inside their chicken tractor, and we got all the animals turned over for the day. I'm going to be working a lot on the pig pen this week, trying to get it ready for the pigs that I think are going to be coming at the end of the week this weekend. And I've been working on the goat enclosure as well, trying to get the gates on and the fences finished so I can get the goats moved into their new enclosure and make some room up in the barn. So my plan is to next year hatch out all my own eggs. So I've been getting a rooster for my chickens, a drake for my ducks, and a gander for my goose. So I'm trying to make a sustainable homestead here, and I'm going to need to be hatching out my own eggs next year. So I'm going to be trying the incubating thing. So if you want to follow along with all the animals, make sure to subscribe down below and hit that bell notification. Hit the like button before you leave, and you can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching. And yep, I left the water on. Tank's empty now.